On My Own from Les Miserables. On My Own is from the well-known musical Les Miserables, written by Claude Michel Schönberg and Alain Bouilly, and was produced by Cameron Mackintosh. Les Miserables premiered in London in the year 1985. The musical is based on the well-known book by Victor Hugo, which was published in 1862. In 2012, Les Miserables was made into a movie musical directed by Tom Hooper. In the musical, this song is sung by Eponine. Eponine is a poor girl who dresses in rags and lives in the middle of France during the French Revolution. Her parents are the owners of a hotel. Their names are the Thénardiers. Her only friend is Marius Pontmercy. Marius fights alongside many of his friends, fighting for freedom during the Revolution. Eponine's song On My Own is about her feelings toward Marius and how he doesn't know it. This song explores themes such as chord progression, key changes, small lyric changes, tempo markings, and song structure. And an article written in the New York Times in the year 1987 states, "From despair comes hope, from adversity comes triumph, from struggle comes glory, from across the ocean comes the theatrical event of a lifetime." This quote fits the song as well as the musical and captures the worldwide phenomenon it has become. At the beginning of the piece, there is a small introduction for the first 18 measures of the song. This small introduction gives us a look of what the accompanist is playing. For example, the right hand is playing 16th notes, while the left hand is playing chord notes, which is either tied to with either a whole note or a half note. This also gives a good example of the accidentals that can be found in very similar passages throughout the song. The introduction is in some versions of the song, but not many of them. In many of the versions, the lyrics have changed. In this text, it says, "And now I'm all alone again, nowhere to go, no one to turn to. I did not want your money, sir, I came out here because I was told to." In another version, the first sentence is exactly the same, but the second has been changed slightly. For example, the second sentence in many other versions of the song goes like this: "Without a home, without a friend, without a face to say hello to." This is the only part of the introduction that has been changed. These lyrics are the only ones that have been changed through this piece. This section. This change was made by Herbert Kmerzer, who had written the lyrics. This change can be featured in the 25th anniversary, the 2012 movie, as well as many of the live productions. The piece is written in F major in the beginning, and then it changes to the key of D major in measure 18. It remained the same until measure 28. It then goes back to F major. Measure 29. Throughout this section, there are a lot of accidentals. For example, there are many E flats in this particular section. Here, the accompaniment is in the right hand, are 16th notes. The left hand plays quarter notes, with either a whole note or a dotted half, or a quarter note. In many styles of music, there are tempo markings. The tempo marking that starts in measure 18 sets the tone of the piece. The andante feeling makes it sound like when the character is singing, she is walking around. this part of the song is in AA form. The AA form is the 2 verses. These verses contain what Eponine is going through as well as what is going on around her. The lyrics have not been changed here. This example is showing the key change from F major to D major. Eponine's part is showing 8th notes, dotted chord notes, and dotted 8th notes. The accompaniment in the right hand has 16th notes as well as some dotted 8th notes, while the left hand is playing half notes. Here the lyrics are interesting. In the first verse, it is talking about her world. For example, on my own, pretending he's beside me. In the second verse, she is describing what the dream looks like. It is being very descriptive to make sure the audience sees exactly what she's seeing. For example, the lyrics here say, "In the rain the pavement shines like silver. All the lights are misty in the river." As many other parts of the song, there are many accidentals in this section. In many versions of the song, there are places where the singers add themes. For example, these themes could be a ritardando or fermata. The places where singers add themes like this can be found in measure 26, over the word eyes. A place where the ritardando could be placed would be in the same measure in the second verse, while the singer is singing forever and forever. This is called singer's choice, meaning that they can choose to put these into the song but to give it more effect, but they don't have to. It helps draw the emotion out of the piece. This section of the song is known as the bridge, where the final key change happens. The song goes from D major to F major again. Whoever sings Eponine's lines is singing half notes, quarter notes, dotted chord notes, dotted eighths, and dotted 16ths. The accompaniment in the right hand is giving a very steady beat as it is playing chord notes. There are other times where it plays just a half tied to an eighth note. Here the lyrics are interesting. This part of the song is where Eponine realizes that Marius does not know of her feelings toward him. Example, the lyrics continue her thoughts by saying, "It's only in my mind that I'm talking to myself and not to him." A sentence after, she immediately says, "Still I say there's a way for us." Here is where we can see where she sees hope, no matter how big or small that hope may be. There is another spot here where the singer decides what goes on during that section. For example, in this section, the singer could add a fermata in measure 33 over the word blind. Mostly the chords here are the 1 chord. This section of the piece is the climax of the song. In measures 37 and 38, many of the performers put a slight pause between the lyrics, "The river's just a river," and "without him." This again is part of singer's choice. This excerpt above shows more interesting themes going on between the singer and the accompanist. Another choice that is made by the singer here can be found in measure 42, where the singer adds a little ritardando for a large effect near the end of the song. For example, it would be where she says, "The trees are bare and everywhere the streets are full of strangers." The tremolo in the left hand in the following measure is the climax. This draws more attention This part can draw attention to not only the singer, but the accompaniment. Here the accompanist is playing half notes in the left hand and is playing quarter notes, half notes, and a dotted eighth note. Another place where the singers can add their own twist to the song is in measure 50 that continues to measure 51. Here's another lyric change. Instead of, "The world is full of happiness that I have never known," it can be changed to, "A world that's full of happiness that I have never known." Here is where the piece finally comes to an end. This is just another place in the song where the singer can choose what to do. For example, in the 2012 version, the actress speaks the first "I love him" and sings the others. In conclusion, this piece gives singers a chance to find their own voice and meaning behind this song. This famous book has been brought to life through many adaptations, and the most well-known of them is the musical version. Performing the song, no matter who it is, they have to bring the character to life, and that is the most important part of the song. It also shows that no matter how popular a song like this gets, that it still has many interesting features that sometimes go unheard and unseen.